Hi guys, Captain TigerLily here, and we are crocheting a very fun character today. And this is a pattern that I have never tried before. I've never looked at this pattern before. All I know is what colors I need, obviously, and the crochet hook to match. We are making Cinnamoroll. Yes, Sanrio Cinnamoroll, and yes, I have a little bit of an obsession, but I'm keeping tiny Cinnamoroll over here for me as kind of a reference, and that white is so washed out right now, so this is gonna be interesting. Should have worn a white tank top instead of a black one, but it's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this tiny Cinnamoroll on my desk while I am crocheting a bigger one. Obviously we've got our lovely little Mewtwo is up here hanging out with Gideon and Lucky and Jack and all of my lovely statues, and the lamb up there who keeps falling over. I don't know why he can't stand up. Poor lamb. But anyway, we're gonna hop into this today and I'm excited. This is gonna be so much fun. So we are gonna do this a little bit out of order, I think, because it's telling me, I usually, when I make like ears and stuff like that, I like to make them first and then stitch them in as I'm making the other pieces. So I'm actually gonna start with the ears. That way I can stitch them into, I think it's like round 2 or 3 is what it showed me when I just scrolled down. So we're gonna do that. But the other thing I have to do is I have to stuff the ears a little bit halfway down, just to give them a little bit of weight so they'll actually like hang down and they don't stick out like this one's do. But yeah, so I have almost a whole skein of the Bernat velvet white, and this is the regular velvet, not the baby velvet. I also have the leftover of the Pixie Dust Brights, the pastel pink. I cannot for the life of me remember what color it is. Editor me, put it over here. And then I also have a brand new skein of the Pixie Dust Brights in Seafoam. And these are going to be for the eyes, mouth, and the little cheek details. But the rest is going to be completely white. And if you know anything about crochet, white and black are the hardest colors for most people to work with. I don't know why. I do not have this problem. I don't know why it's so difficult. As long as you have either correct lighting or you have a contrasting color hook, I do not have an issue whatsoever. I'm also wearing my headphones today because while I am crocheting, I'm going to be listening to some music in the background, just because when I was doing Mewtwo, it was a little bit difficult for me to focus, and I usually have some sort of like instrumental music in the background, so I'm probably going to listen to Lindsay Sterling and Joel Sunny because I love them both. But yeah, I have a whole playlist of theirs that I put together that's just a bunch of their music that I can just hit shuffle. But yeah, I've got an interesting make ahead of me, so we're gonna hop in. I'm gonna tilt the camera down just a little bit again, that way you guys can see a little bit more of me actually working. Don't mind my mess behind me. It's gonna be fine. I'm actually gonna go change my lights real quick, so hold on. Okay, lighting has been fixed. I don't look quite so pastel. I still look pretty pale, but it's fine. So I'm gonna move the, actually I have a little thingy over here that my stuffing is in, so I'm gonna leave the blue and the pink over there for when I need it, and we're just gonna have the white for pretty much until the end. It's all gonna be this. Oh boy. But here we go. right. I've got two little ears right here. That is so washed out. I don't know if it'll show up better if I hold it closer, but a little bit, actually. Yeah. I got two little ears. They're ready to go. I'm interested to see, because I don't think it has a tail. Let me look, actually, and see if it has a tail, because if it doesn't have a tail, we have a problem, because Cinnamoroll is supposed to have a tail. Okay, it does have the tail. It doesn't have a full, like, squiggly tail like this one does. It just has a little, like a little nub on the back. I'm gonna follow the pattern in that regard, but let's see. Next thing I need to make the arms and the tail. Okay. I figure I might as well make all of the smaller pieces first and then do the head and the body and put it all together. So I got this, guys. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I've got, whoa, I'm about to drop my crochet hook. I've got the little arms and tiny little nubbin of a tail. Hopefully this will look the way it's supposed to when I'm done. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out, but basically the only thing I have to do now is make the head and stitch in the ears as I go, because I believe, let me see how this is supposed to go for that. Okay, yeah, it starts at the top of the head and then I work my way down. So as I'm stitching the top of the head, I'm gonna have to do this, which is gonna be really interesting because it's kind of an oval. Anyway, that's fine. And then after that, it'll be doing the legs and the body together, because it's essentially you start with two legs and then like you make the first leg and then you make the second one and then you hold them together in the middle and then stitch in the tops of all of it to hold it in place, which I've done before. I made a Sasquatch for my husband's uncle, which he absolutely loves. And I made my little gingerbread men that I've made before, are made like that as well. So it's not a foreign concept to me by any means. It's just, it can be a bit of a challenge, if you're not careful, because if you miscount even slightly, the whole thing is off and you have to rip out all of the stitches. And believe me, I do not want to frog anything today. I really don't. I'm having a good afternoon, okay? Like, I don't want to frog anything. But it's fine. We're going to make the head. I'm going to stitch in the ears. We're going to see how this goes. It's fine. I got the ears on hand. They'll be ready to go. What row do they go on to? Looks like they go... 1, 2, 3... Oh, okay. I'm still gonna have to stitch them on, but I'll probably do that when I do the head. So what I have to do, essentially, is I have to stitch the top of this here into the row of stitches, which looks like it's going to be like row 2. So that's going to be a bit of a complication. To have them on there for that long. But then down at row 4, I have to actually stitch up into the ear and back down into the head to hold it to the head. That makes sense, though. That makes sense. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, that took a little longer than I expected, but we have a Cinnamoroll head. Honestly, the ears kind of stay down on their own enough that I may not even need to stitch them on. If that's the case, I'm so here for it, because any less stitching I have to do on a plushie, I'm down for that, because I hate stitching. Cat's gone. It's fine. But yeah, these actually are staying down pretty well, all things considered. I think I'm actually gonna make this side the face. But yeah, I think we're making good time. We're doing good things. Now I have to figure out how to do the body, which I'm gonna put the head over there to the side. I like, obviously it's not gonna be that complicated because I've done this before, but the way that it's having me do this is kind of weird. And it's having me make the body really short. So I may actually add a couple of rows just to give the body a little bit more length to it. Like, yes, I know it's Cinnamoroll characters, they're supposed to be, you know, cute and chibi and whatever, but it just doesn't feel like enough room to work with. So I may actually have to add where the body part actually is, maybe add like a row or two in there, because it says it's only supposed to be 6 rounds, which it may be okay with the velvet yarn, because this is essentially making it about triple the size of the one in the pattern, because they're using the really thin acrylic, which I hate doing plushies out of. But I might be able to get away with it the way they have the pattern. I don't know. We shall see. Alrighty, here we go. These legs are gonna be an interesting challenge. Just like, they usually work out, but they're short. Like, the last time that I did legs like this, I think it was 8 rounds. These are 4. So I don't know. We're gonna see. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, right? It'll totally be fine. Alright, we got one leg. We'll see how this goes. I don't need a long tail for this. Thankfully. Because it's just going to get stitched over anyway. But there's one foot. One little leggy. Oh boy. Almost lost the end of the yarn there. That would not have been great. Especially with the pile that I have going now, just to make sure that I had enough for the body. I would have lost the end for sure. For sure, if I had not been paying attention. Okay, that is the body done. Now I did go ahead and add one extra row just to give a little bit more depth between where the feet end and where the head begins, because otherwise that's a little bit big even for Cinnamoroll. But I think it came out pretty good, all things considered. So I'm going to stuff what stuffing I have out here into the legs at the moment. But I can't really add all of it until I get the head stitched on, if that makes sense. Just because if I do it that way, then it's going to leave... It's either going to be way too much stuffing or way too little, pretty much. So I have to kind of do it as I go. I think what I got out is going to be the perfect amount for the body with whatever's left over, but I'm still gonna have to get a little bit extra out for the hands, the arms, and the tail. Does that work? Yeah, that'll work. That's not too bad, and I think that'll hold together nicely. Yeah. Looks pretty good to me anyway. I think that's what we're going to go with, because essentially the body itself doesn't need to be super bulky out, it just needs to be wider. It doesn't have to be bulky out the front and the back, just wide enough so that it has essentially like shoulders. It's not really going to look like shoulders, but you know, whatever. It's fine. We're going to stitch things together. And hopefully, you know, no, I'm still going to leave the ears floppy. I was going to stitch them down, but I kind of like the ears being floppy like that. It's kind of cute. But, alrighty. Let's get the body stitched on. And see how this goes. Because I don't know how this is going to turn out, to be honest. And that's one of the things that I actually really, really like about crochet. Especially when I'm doing a pattern I've never done before. Is sometimes you get to the end of the pattern and you're like, I didn't expect it to turn out this good, but I'm happy it did. Or like, it turns out way better than you ever could have anticipated, just purely based on your underestimation of your own skills, which that happens for me a lot. Is I'll just be like, I didn't think I could do that good, but I'm glad I did it. And loop that back down there. Okay, so now I have to add the arms and the tail. I am covered in fluffies. That's the one bad thing about crocheting with velvet yarn, is that whenever you're stitching, or if you have to frog anything or what have you, you end up covered in fluffs. There's no way to avoid it. Which, again, why did I wear a black tank top when I'm crocheting with white yarn? Terrible decisions were made this morning on my part, and they were all to do with my clothing. I think that works. I think that works pretty well. They're gonna stick out pretty well, so hopefully. What I kind of like is that with where the neck is on the stitching, like, it's so clear across there, and I never get stitching that good with white yarn, like, ever. Ever. So I'm happy with that, if nothing else. Okay. There's his little tail. So now, he just needs a face. Which is going to be a little bit difficult, all things considered, because the way that I have to stitch this on in order to get the mouth correct is going to be really weird. Let's see if I can even pull the friggin' center from this, because I've never done it with one of these before and gotten a successful center pull, so we'll see. That's not it, that's for sure. Where is the center? You know what? I give up. I don't need that much work on from the outside. Because I don't feel like trying to find the center, to be honest with you. I don't feel like fighting with it. I really don't. There it is. There's the outside bit. So, okay. Let's scroll. I need to look at how this face is supposed to look. Okay. I'm gonna do that through there with one little line pulling them down the middle. And it's originally, the pattern tells you to do this with felt. I hate using felt for putting like faces on. And again, it has to do with the whole, like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it so that it's not gonna come off, and the felt is not gonna stay if I do it the other way, like, at all. It's not going to stay. So you get this version of Cinnamoroll, which should work the way that I want it to. Actually, that's really cute. I'm not gonna lie, that's really cute. Okay. Are you guys ready for the final reveal? We have a Cinnamoroll! So adorable. And look at this little tail. Look at it. So freaking cute. I love how this turned out. This turned out so good. The downside to me holding it up is that it, like, makes, one, everything else behind it look way darker, and two, it's very hard to see the details in here. I'm gonna show you guys the video that I took outside of this, because, oh boy. But I think it turned out so good. I wonder what happens if I put him on Bulbasaur. Can you see him better? Yes, actually. You can see him way better back there. He's gonna hang out back there at least until the end of the video, but oh my gosh. That actually did not take me as long as I thought it was going to for a completely new to me pattern. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think he turned out great. And I'm excited to try out some of the other ones that I have going forward for characters. But I love his little floppy ears. I love the little tail, which I think the reason that this one doesn't look as much like it is just because it's so small. Like, it's supposed to be coiled up like a Cinnamoroll, but it is what it is. If you guys want to try out this pattern for yourselves, as usual, like I've done with all my crochet videos, I'm gonna leave the pattern link down in the description. It is by Not Michelle on Instagram, and I absolutely loved this pattern so much. So if you guys want me to do more Cinnamoroll characters, let me know down in the comment section, and of course let me know which one you want me to do next. I can pretty much do everybody except who's the tan one? That's the other one that I really love. Oh crap, I can't remember its name. Pom Pom Purin, that's the other one. I had to look it up. I couldn't remember. But yes, I may struggle a little bit. And if I do Pom Pom Purin, it won't be quite the same color because that specific shade of brown is very difficult to find. And the reason I know that is because I have looked for almost that exact color for a different project I was working on for a commission. So, but yeah, I really like how this turned out. I mean, look at this guy. He's so freaking cute. Look at him. I love him. I love him. And obviously Mewtwo's hanging out up here. Cinnamoroll's probably not going to end up in the background unless I move stuff off that shelf. Just because if I put anything else up there, I'm going to have things tumbling off in the middle of recordings, which honestly would kind of be comedic and very fitting for me. But I really like how it turned out. I'm looking forward to doing more of these in the future. And the next one that I'm going to do is actually a really cute little guy. I'm really excited with this next one. I'm not going to give you a color hint though. You guys will see, because this one specifically, I have different things that I am potentially doing, but I'm between two, deciding wise which one I'm going to do next. But I will put up a poll, probably about a week to 2 weeks before the next one comes out, and let you guys know, let you guys guess which one it's going to be. But if you do have suggestions for other characters from whether it be video games, whether it be like animated characters, whatever, I will say if they're humanoid, I'm going to struggle very much with them. I cannot do like humanoid like figures. The closest I think I got was that Sasquatch that I did, and the one time I tried to make an actual like amigurumi doll was horrible. So I'd rather not do humanoid characters. However, if you're gonna throw like dragons and dogs and like those kind of characters at me, give me all the critters. I will do all the critters. Okay, I will leave the humanoid characters to somebody else, because that ain't me. But I'm really happy with how Cinnamoroll turned out, and if you guys really liked how he turned out, let me know by hitting the like button. Let me know down in the comments. I will have these available privately on Etsy. I'm not actually going to make a post for this one, so if you are interested in getting one, you will need to message me on Etsy. The link is going to be down in the description. For you to go to my Etsy page, and I will make a private listing for you guys to buy them there, because I don't want to keep too many of these stocked at home if I don't need to, because everything else that I have listed on there, I have actually that amount stocked and currently ready to go, other than like the custom turtles. But I have like all of the, basically for the turtles, what I do is I make the head and the fins and tail, and then I have like a stack of the turtle shells of every color I could possibly think of in this house, of the colors that I have. And then when somebody orders one, I piece it all together. So I still have like a couple of things I have to do for it, but when somebody orders one, I can literally put it together in like an hour, if even, and get it shipped. Like, it's super quick for me now because I've gotten in the habit of that. I will have new pictures and videos coming up, because I just got I got a new card for my camera, so I can actually take like video on there now, like I did in the Mewtwo one. I was kind of testing out the camera feature on there because I like the video camera feature because I'd never used it for video anything before, but I like how that video turned out. And I'm gonna be starting to do videos of all of my posts on Etsy as well. So if you guys are looking for anything plushie related, go check out my stuff. I got some cute things on there. My Christmas stuff, because I had a few leftovers, are about to be off of there, and I will have some more spring things popping back up, which I'm really, really excited about. And I have a couple of very definitely Eastery spring kind of things coming up that are going to be on there, namely colored bunny rabbits and colored chickens and those kind of things that are not like your average chicken, as well as a few different I believe I have a few different other colors of ducks that I wanted to put up there too, because I didn't have any pink, and that's a crime against humanity. Like, we can't have that. But I'm really happy with how Cinnamoroll turned out, and the fact that it did not actually take me all day, I'm surprised at myself. So if you guys are interested in getting a Cinnamoroll for yourself, go check them out on Etsy and I can send one to you. So I'm gonna leave this video here, and if you guys liked it, let me know by hitting the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see more videos from me. Hit the notification bell, that way you guys will know when new videos go live. You will never miss an upload. And as of starting next week, which technically I guess as of starting this week, I am uploading every day of the week except Sunday for regular videos. Shorts are gonna go whenever the every 3-day thing goes. Basically just because I have a lot of different shorts that I've cut out of videos, but yes, every day during the week, every Saturday now, which Saturdays are actually going to become couples gaming days. Me and my husband have a few different games that we've been talking about wanting to play. Cord Keeper, you guys have already seen us do some of if you've been on the channel for a little bit. The next game that we're going to do is actually, it's going to be not next Saturday, but the Saturday after. And this is going to be the first time he's editing anything on the channel. So he's editing all of this gameplay. I gave him free reign, and I don't know if I should regret that or not. But we're going to see what happens. So that's going to be up in 2 weeks from today. I'm also going to leave the full playlist for all the crochet things that I've done so far over here. If you guys want to check those out, I have 3 of the dinosaurs that I've done, and I have Mewtwo on there. Chomper should be by I want to say the end of March, which is like 4 or 5 months later than I anticipated doing Chomper, but I have all the yarn for him now. It's just going to be really sitting down and working on this pattern because I want him to turn out really, really well. So don't worry, he's still coming. In the meantime, I'm going to do a small little guy in between. This guy I have actually already done the pattern for before, but I have not really shown anybody how he turned out. So I'm specifically going to make him and get him out on the channel and on Etsy, and I think you guys are going to love him. So anyway, that being said, I'm Captain TigerLily, and Mewtwo, Cinnamoroll, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!